I'm so curious about this too. The anger and hatred towards people taking medications to treat obesity, which is a disease. Do you not want them to get healthy? And have you always done this? Like when people have other conditions or diseases, do you also like get really mad at them? Like people who have to take like blood pressure medications or people who have to take medications to treat their heart disease. Do you talk about the side effects that could harm them?
So I have some thoughts on this, and I figured I'd share them because this is something that comes up a lot in the support groups. So people are often very concerned about the backlash that they're going to receive regarding telling people that they're taking a GLP-1, right? Mounjaro, Ozempic, a weight loss drug. We'll just throw them all in there. And I have an interesting perspective on this, and I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit older or if it's just the way of the world, but I don't care. I don't care. I live for the day for somebody to say something negative to me. I have zero issue putting negative and rude people in their place. It does not bother me. Troll comments on videos and things don't hurt my feelings, right? Like, if you allow space in your life and in your heart for that kind of negativity, it will bring you down. 100% it will bring you down. So really the best thing you can do is just teach yourself that you have to give those people power. You have to care about what they think in order for it to matter to you. And I don't do that. And it wasn't something that I learned overnight. It took lots of practice. And now I am a self-proclaimed pro. So I have all sorts of clapbacks for people who say negative things. And I live for the day. Now, there are one of two things that you can do. If somebody is asking you, if it's a family member, if it's a friend, if it's a coworker, you can address it one of two ways. A, you can tell them. If you're going to tell them, then you need to be ready for negative feedback. You can absolutely use it as an opportunity to educate, right? If it's somebody who maybe just doesn't know. But you need to be prepared for that. And don't be mad at them. Don't hold it against them, right? But you need to be ready to have that conversation. If you don't want to have that conversation, then say nothing. And here is how you say nothing and get the conversation going in a direction that you want it to go in, because you don't owe anyone any of your medical information, right? Friends, family, doesn't matter. You don't owe them an explanation. Now, I am of the mindset where I would like to be able to help others, and so I don't have any problem, screaming it from the rooftops. Obviously, I'm right here on YouTube. But for some people, that makes them uncomfortable, and they don't want to have that conversation, or they don't potentially want to deal with the backlash, and that's perfectly okay. You don't owe anybody an explanation. So here's what you do. You're going to say something vague that still answers their question, and then change the subject. For example, let's say that I'll use my dog Kevin as an example. We'll pretend that Kevin's my coworker. Kevin comes up to me and says, "Oh my gosh, Allie, you've lost so much weight. What are you doing? You look great." You have to tell me your secret. If I don't want to have this conversation, then I say to Kevin, "Hey, Kevin, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you to say. I'm actually working with my doctor and a nutritionist, and I'm, integrating a lot of exercise into my diet, and I'm making sure that I'm making healthy choices. But hey, while I've got you here, have you seen this HBO special where the lady is like running a cult and her skin is blue? Have you seen it? Oh my God, like everybody is talking about it. Let me tell you about this lady and her cult, because she started out like totally normal and then whoo, right off the deep end. Do you see how I've answered the question? I've given some information. I thanked him for his inquiry. And now I'm completely derailing the conversation onto the topic of Love is One, the documentary on, I think it's HBO, right? So now I've completely derailed the conversation. If you put that kind of enthusiasm into your redirect, it will take their mind off of the original question, which you answered, and it will redirect the conversation so that you can now be in a comfortable space and you don't have to answer a ton of questions or receive any backlash about what you're doing with your health, because it's nobody's business but your own. So, the other thing that I'd like to point out is if you are having these conversations at work, whether you choose to talk to people about it or don't, be very careful, because I have seen multiple videos where people have been commenting about other people's weight at work, and it ends up getting them fired. Even those who have had good intentions. So please be very careful about what you say when you're in the work environment. If you want to compliment somebody, pick something else, right? Don't say, oh my gosh, Allie, you've lost so much weight, right? Say, hey, Allie, that point that you brought up in the meeting about that project, that was a really good point. That really got me thinking. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Or, hey, Allie, oh my gosh, I love your shoes. Where did you get those? They are so sparkly, right? Give somebody a compliment that doesn't have to do with their body. And not only will it go a lot further, but it'll keep you safe in the work environment, which is important, because remember, folks, work people are not your friends. You think they're your friends, they're not your friends. HR is not your friend. Please, please be careful what you say. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.